Fendi Feta Life is Entertainment. I just watched a Dame Dash interview. I watched a Jay-Z interview. I watched Academics. Shout out to Academics for his take on it. Academics is one of my favorite streamers, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. So Dame Dash is saying kids don't listen to Jay-Z, which is partially true. Jay-Z's fan base grew up in the 90s, and that was it. Even for me, The Dynasty, Blueprint, those are my greatest albums. Reasonable Doubt, the Memphis Bleak albums, all the Rockefeller albums were my great top albums. 90s, early 2000s, greatest Jay-Z. He lost me at 444. He lost me at Kingdom Come. He lost me with the button-ups. I agree with that 100%. But as a man, as an artist, you have to grow. I don't judge anybody because you need to grow with your fan base. Drake's fan base kept increasing and kept moving on, and the people that like Drake from the early 2000s, there's a small percentage of the YNs that only listen to Playboy Cardi and Low Shimmy and Chow Lee and Cash Cobain. There's a small percentage, but there's a big percentage that the new generation still like Drake, right? My whole thing is, it's not about acting your age. It's about relevance. So if this is your lifestyle and you're rapping about it, that's cool. Like Future's 42, he's still able to pull it off, and nobody's ever saying anything about Future. So it's authenticity, and it's also, you worried about, adapting to the fans. And in music history, the younger generation rules, right? When I was a kid, I bought more music than I ever did. I was supporting more music than I ever did, right? So depending on when you were born, you were born in the 90s, 80s, 90s, it's DMX, it's the Lox, it's the Bad Boys, Biggie, it's Jay-Z. You born in the 2000s, it's more Lil Wayne, it's more Drake, it's more, Big Sean. If you born 2010, come on now. Chow Lee, Cash Cobain, Low Shimmy, Young Thug, NBA Youngboy. People that's born in 2006, 7, 8, NBA Youngboy. It's just what time you grew up on, right? Now, Drake has been able to adapt to the culture, and he's tuned in with, Lil Yachty and, all these different people. I think I heard he's doing with Low Shimmy. By the time this video comes out, it's going to be after the album. I'm going to do a review on the Drake album. Big Drake fan, obviously, I always say that. But it's not always about acting your age, because sometimes you just got to be relevant, right? Jay-Z doesn't care about being relevant. He's like, listen, I was born in fucking 76, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You have people that are born at the same time that still adapt to the culture. 86, 90, 87. Drake, right? So for me, I'm watching the Dame Dash interview, complete hater. I agree with him. I stopped listening to Jay-Z or stopped working when he started doing the button-ups and talk about paintings. I can't relate to it. I'm not in that realm. If I was a millionaire, absolutely. Rick Ross is a type of person. He appeals to different, age groups. Jay-Z cannot appeal to the younger demographics because his lifestyle, what he wants to rap about, does not resonate with someone that's born in 2006 to 10. 95, you're at that midway point where people are like, 2000 even. But anything after 2000 will listen to the younger generation, the Young Thugs, the Gunners, the Drakes, the Waynes, because Wayne came out very early age, 90s, late 90s, but his content was never positive, it was never uplifting, and it was never conscious, it was, bling bling. So most of the culture is going to adapt to people where they feel like they want to aspire to. I want to get money. I want to have an iced out grill. When I was young, I want to be Lil Wayne. I want to be Jay-Z. These are the people I'm looking up to, people that were getting money. I want to be Birdman. So you can't knock Drake or anybody that is trying to adapt to the culture. You can't knock Jay-Z for uplifting himself, say, I'm not rapping about that anymore because I'm not living that no more. So you got to respect both sides of it, right? I got to agree with Academics, where Jay-Z is 70, but when he was 40, he said 30 is the new 20. So it was like, Jay-Z's interviews and facts and everything is just inconsistent, right? So again, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm just like, listen, Drake is doing what he's doing, Jay-Z's doing what he's doing, Kendrick Lamar is doing what he's doing, Future is doing what he's doing. Totally different music, totally different directions, totally different backgrounds, but they all make good music. Jay-Z, I don't want to hear a whole Jay-Z album, but great features. Future, love to hear Future album, Drake album, Rick Ross album. I don't want to hear Rick Ross album, but not because of anything of that, just because he's not making good albums, but great features. So I'm just like, let everybody do what they do, right? Drake is appealing to the culture. He's hanging out with Lil Yachty, Yeet, all these YNs, Cash Cobain. He's adapting to the culture because that's what fits his style. When he first came out, So Far Gone, Take Care and all of that, he's a different Drake, and he kept adapting and adapting and adapting. I just had this conversation with my YN. I said the reason why a lot of people that we liked before don't sound as good is because someone else adapted that sound and made it better. I feel like it started with, Future and Young Thug, and then you got Lil Shimmy, Cash Cobain, Chow Lee, and you got R2R Mo. Everyone's exceeding the sound. Like, I feel like Little Baby, Young Thug, and then you got Gunna. Then Gunna just takes it another place. Chow Lee, Wolfface Joey, Cash Cobain, and then R2R Mo blows it out the water. So you can adapt to the culture. You can go left, like Clips or like Jadakiss, The Lox. You could be yourself. You can fabricate. You can be Future. You can just rap about YN stuff and not be a YN. And Future's the only one that's not being judged for it, which I don't understand. There's something in Atlanta. They do not go against people in Atlanta. No matter what, they justify everything that Atlanta does. New York is tough critics. It has to be bars. It has to be content. It has to be, Atlanta is about the hits. Can you make hit records? Future doesn't do drugs, but he raps about drugs in every single record, and we love it. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button.